Yeah. So thank you all again. Fantastic to see everybody. We haven't put you off yet, which is really good news. We'll get the lights down in a minute, but just to say thank you to all our helpers. We've got David from Exeter Bridge Club and Elizabeth and Gail from Victoria Park, and of course Jeremy from Exeter Bridge Club, and Tanya, who's been recording these sessions and making sure they're on Exeter Bridge Club site. So I'm going to drone on for, well, as long as you want me to, until you banish me if you've been watching Traitors, which I've become addicted to. And then we'll have the lights up, we'll take a staged tea break, and we'll get some boards out for you to practice your bidding and practice your play. And I'll tell you about that as we go. We'll be using the bidding boxes. I see most of you have managed to get those open and ready. So let's have the lights and let's do some slides. Is everyone sure they're in the right place? They haven't come to learning Portuguese for beginners, right? No say. Voilà. Bom dia. Okay. So we're going to continue our learning of bidding. And Jeremy and I have brought this lesson forward one, so it was scheduled to be next week, but we thought you did so well with bidding phase 1, we'd bring bidding phase 2 just to keep the momentum going. So we're going to extend what we discussed last week, and we're going to talk about arriving at the optimum contract, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But just quickly a recap. So bidding is an allowed conversation. You exchange information with your partner, and every bid that is made says something about the bidder's hand. That exchange of information helps you decide the contract. Opener, the person who makes the first bid, is the opening bidder. And what I mean by a bid, it's a number and a denomination. It is not pass or no bid. So 1 heart would be a bid, and the first person to make such a bid is the opening bidder, and the opening bidder's partner is called responder. Everyone with me so far? This is all stuff we covered last week, yeah. An opening bid needs 12 or more high card points, but responder only needs 6 high card points to make their bid. And if they're going to bid a new suit at the 2 level, they need 10 high card points at least. Okay, all so far? So we looked at this escalator slide, and we talked about the hierarchy of bids. So after a bid of 2 hearts, the minimum bid that you can make is 2 spades. Yeah, you can make any higher denomination bid in the same number. A lower denomination can be bid on a higher number, so 3 diamonds would be the cheapest bid in diamonds after a bid of 2 hearts. But you cannot go down the escalator. You cannot bid 2 diamonds after 2 spades, and you cannot bid 1 club after 2 hearts. It's a lower number and a lower denomination. Everyone happy so far? Yeah, okay, I whizzed through it because we did do it last week, and I was really pleased that we seemed to engage with that. So what is the purpose of bidding? It's to arrive at the optimum contract. And do you remember I said to you last week, the auction, it's not always about winning the auction. The highest bid wins. The highest bidder is required to make the contract. And the contract is the last bid in the number and the denomination of that bid, and that determines the number of tricks that declarer has to make with their hand and their dummy. Okay? So, with extending our conversation about bidding today to look at arriving at the best contract. And I also told you last week, by the time you have exchanged information with your partner, you will know within 1 or 2 high card points how many high card points you have between your 2 hands, and therefore you can judge the contract that you want to be playing in. And you will also exchange information about whether you have 8 cards in any one particular suit to judge whether you're going to use that suit as a trump suit. So we're not going to talk about scoring, and we're not going to talk about scoring this course. In fact, it's in one of the follow-ons. So I'm just going to ask you to trust me. Okay? When we talk about an optimum contract, we talk about one that is best scoring, but we will give you some clues about what we mean. So without going into the scoring, what I will say about it is bonus points are available to a declarer who makes their contract. So if their contract is 3 spades and they make 9 tricks, that's 6 plus 3 of their bid, they will get a bonus for doing that. If they make 10 tricks, they will get a slightly higher bonus. If they contract to make 4 spades, so that's 10 tricks, they will get a higher bonus than if they contracted to make 3 spades and they made 10 tricks. Okay? But the downside is if they are in a contract of 4 spades to make 10 tricks and they only make 9, they will suffer a penalty. So that's why it's important to judge the level of the number of tricks that you want to make. And there's plenty of clues in the slides that follow about how to help you do that. So we don't need to go in that rabbit hole now. So there's more bonus points for what we call a game contract, and I'll show you what those are in a moment. And there are slightly fewer bonus points for those contracts below game level that are bid and made by the declarer. Okay, everyone with me so far? Okay, good. So, in order of preference, the contracts that we like the most are 4 hearts or 4 spades. Now, you will hear me and the helpers here talk about majors. 4 of a major. Hearts and spades are the major suits. Right? I don't know why. They score better. They score better than clubs and diamonds. Clubs and diamonds are the minor suits, and they score less than hearts and spades. Clubs score the same as diamonds. Hearts score the same as spades. So our favourite game contract is 4 hearts or 4 spades. Next in our order of preference is 3 no trumps. So that's 9 tricks without a trump suit as a denomination. That's also game. So those are the 2 levels of game contracts for majors and no trumps. What we call scores contracts below game level, we call them part scores. It goes back to the dim and distant past of rubber bridge. So we don't play rubber bridge here, we play what's called duplicate, which is why you have the green boards with all the cards in the pockets. They're duplicated boards that can be played from one table to the others. When we played rubber bridge, we took a pack of cards, dealt 13 cards to each player, played with them, and then put them all back, shuffled them again and redealt. So that's what we mean by duplicate bridge. So part scores are contracts below the level of game. So again, we're looking at majors, and then we're looking at part score of 1 no trump, 2 no trumps, a part score in clubs or diamonds, the minors, and the best contract is determined by the number of high card points that you have. So we go all the way back to the mini bridge cribs that we showed you on day 1. We had game contracts, 25 high card points or more, and below game contracts, below 25 high card points. So you can use this exchange of information in the bidding to determine pretty accurately whether you've got enough points for game or not. If you do not have enough high card points for game, you will suffer a penalty if you contract to make more tricks than you actually make. Okay, so it's a good idea to try and be precise about your exchange of information. And the contract is also determined by whether you have a fit in hearts and spades. And I've left Jeremy's wording here, clubs or diamonds, largely irrelevant. And those are Jeremy's words. And yeah, there's good reason. You will score better at duplicate bridge if you can make a contract in hearts, spades, or no trumps, rather than in clubs or diamonds. So that's why we have this hierarchy of contracts. Any questions? Okay, so what I'm about to say is probably the most important thing that you need to hear this lesson. Okay? When you are in the auction with your partner and having this legal allowed conversation, ask yourself 2 questions. Okay? Question 1, have we got enough points for game? 25 high card points or more. If we have enough points for game, can we bid it? Have we got enough information to bid the game there and then? So the answer to this first question you're going to ask yourself is, do we have enough points for game? Yes. Maybe is an alternate answer. And if you do not have enough information, find out. You will bid again to ask your partner more information. And the third alternate, so this is really simple. First question, have we got enough points for game? Yes, maybe, or no. And if you can answer yes or no, can you bid the game? If you do not want to be in game, can you pass the current bid to make it the contract, or do you need to correct it to the right denomination? So we'll talk about that a little bit more. So, one question, have we got enough points for game? Yes, maybe, no. And the second question to ask yourself, and I really do stress the importance of these 2 questions. If you ask your questions throughout, then even when you go way beyond these classes and you're playing bridge, on autopilot almost, you will ask yourself these questions. Have we got enough points for game? Have we got an 8-card fit in a major? And why are we looking for an 8-card fit in a major? Because game in 4 hearts or 4 spades is our most favoured contract for game. Okay? So we're looking for that 8-card fit in a major. And the answers to question 2 are identical to the answers to question 1. Yes, we've got an 8-card fit in a major. Play in that suit. Maybe, so find a way of asking partner to give you more information to help you decide. And no. So look to play in no trumps if that is the answer to that question. 2 questions to ask yourself. Yeah? Everyone happy? Okay. Right, so you've got the south hand, so there's 15 high card points there, and 5 spades, 5 nice spades. I never get a hand like that. You've opened 1 spade, and your partner has raised to 3 spades. And what that's saying about partner's hand is, partner, I've got 4 spades, and I've got 10 to 12 high card points. So, what next? Do you have enough points for game? I think I heard a yes. Yeah, everyone happy? Yeah, you have enough points for game. Yeah, 10 and 15. So partner may have 12, but so you've got more than enough if they've got 12, but you've certainly got enough. You've got your 25 high card points. Do you have a fit? Yeah, in spades, absolutely. And the best contract, any offers? 4 spades. It's easy, isn't it? Wow, we don't need to do the rest. Okay, similar hand, 15 high card points. You've opened 1 spade with 5 spades and 4 hearts, the king queen and the king queen and a small club. Partner raises to 2 spades. Now they're showing 4 spades again and 6 to 9 high card points. Do you have enough points for game?
No.
No. So, any offers? What are you going to do? Do you have enough points for game? You've answered no. Have you got an 8-card fit in a major? Yes. Fantastic.
3 spades.
Okay, so you have it in spades. Well, there's no need to bid 3 spades. The best contract is a low spade contract.
Oh, I see.
You don't need to be in 3 spades. Certainly not at this stage in our lessons.
What, so you wouldn't make any more? whether
You
were
wouldn't
2
make
or
any
3,
more,
so you
no.
might as well be 2 and
Yes,
smash it.
exactly.
Okay.
Just in case, 8 tricks are a lot easier than 9 tricks, and you don't want to be obliged to make 9 tricks, to contract to make 9 tricks, and then find you're only making 8 because you will get a penalty. So those are to be avoided if you can. And you're already in spades, so 2 spades is your optimum contract. Okay, you've got 17 points here. A nice hand, ace, king, queen of spades. You've opened 1 spade, that's your longest suit. Partner raises to 2 spades. Do you have enough points for game?
Perhaps.
You don't know. Yes, very good. Maybe. If partner's only got 6, you've got 23, so that's not enough. But if partner has, got their full allocation for their bid, i.e. 9, then that's 26. So again, that's past the game threshold. So you want to be. So maybe is the answer. To the first question, do you have enough points for game? Maybe. Do you have a fit in a major suit, hearts and spades?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a fit in spades. Okay. You want to ask partner to bid 4 spades. What do you think you might do to ask partner to bid 4 spades? Bid 3 spades. Bid 3 spades. Sorry, 4 clubs. No, we haven't got a club suit to say. 3 spades. Yes, it just says partner. If you have 8 or 9 points, bid 4 spades. How will partner know how to do this? Counting the points, absolutely, absolutely. Partner is making exactly the same calculations that you're making. Yeah, because you've all been to Jeremy's classes and you all understand that how we're showing our high card points. So the opener has shown a hand that says, partner, if you have 8 or 9, I want to be in game. Therefore, I've got 16 that I like, certainly 17. And they're doing exactly the same calculations.
So is that sort of based on the last slide, as it were, you would have stuck at 2 unless you had
Yes,
that
exactly.
many points.
Yes, exactly. So in the last example, we had a single raise of
Yeah.
1 spade to 2 spades. We had no extra values of our own, so we only had 15 high card points. But in this case, we've gone from 1 spade to 2 spades. So again, partner's only showing 6 to 9 high card points. But if they've got 8 or 9, we want to be in game. So we invite game.
I have a question.
Yes,
Are
please.
you only allowed to do 3 bids though?
Are you only allowed to do 3 bids? For now, we're keeping it simple. So it does get a lot more complicated, but for now, we are dealing with opening bids and responding bids. We will have some examples of bidding different suits and how to find a fit when different
I
suits
just
are
think
bid.
if you gave them to do a 4, you were really on 4 bids then.
Sometimes 2 bids. So sometimes partner opens a spade and the next thing they know they're in 4 spades.
There's no law that stops you making any particular number of bids.
Yeah.
Just last week we were told once the 3 bids have been made, you stop.
Yes.
Oh, it's
So 3
wow.
passes.
That
3
was just,
passes.
So yes, there were 2 things there. After 3 consecutive passes, that's no
passes,
bids.
not bids.
The auction ends. But what we were just getting you into the way of bidding, we just said, let opener make a bid, let responder make a bid,
Yeah.
let opener make a rebid, and then we do the rest later. But as Jeremy says, there's no law, and I'm sorry if that misled you.
That's okay.
This week we'll be looking at exactly the same hands you looked at last week,
Yeah.
but you'll be finishing the auction.
Okay.
So you're doing the first three, if necessary, going on further.
Thank you. Okay, you have 15 points. Your partner has opened one heart, and you have bid one spade. Partner rebids two spades. They're saying, partner, I have 4 spades. And I have 12 to 15 high card points. What are you going to ask yourself before you think about your next bid? 2 questions. What was the first question?
Enough points for game.
Have we got enough points for game? What do we think?
Yes.
Yeah. Have we got a fit in? We have a fit in spades. What do we think the final contract needs to be? Thank you. Absolutely. So 12 to 15 high card points from partner, 4 or more spades. Do you have enough points for game? As you rightly said, yes. 27 high card points. You have a fit in spades. Yes, sorry, 27 high card points or more. Yes, possibly. So you want to be in 4 spades. And you just bid it. Simple as that. Don't ask partner. You've got all of the information that you need to determine the level of the contract. You're not asking them a question. You're saying, partner, we need to be in game. I've bid it. You can play it. I know.
And then you
I'll be
will
playing
be
it, yeah.
leading that, you're holding that contract.
Yes, actually, South will be declaring 4
Yeah.
spades. Yeah.
So Howard, what happens on that one we've just done?
Yep.
If you bid 1 spade, oh I see, you opened 1 heart, sorry. yeah.
Partner's open 1 heart. So
So
Southland is responding.
Yeah, you bid 1 spade.
Yeah.
And partner rebids 2 spades, which means he's got 12 to 15 points. What if he has got 4 spades and therefore a fit?
Yeah.
But he hasn't got more than 10 points, for example.
Okay.
He opened.
They've
so
opened the
he's got
bidding, so
12.
they've got at least 12 high card points.
Okay.
Yeah. So North has already started the
Oh, yes, yes,
proceedings.
sorry,
So
sorry.
they're saying 12.
Yeah,
And we are
sure.
teaching opening bids.
Sure, yep,
12.
sorry, okay.
If any of you look at my league
Oh,
result
yes.
from last night, you'll see there were plenty of opening bids of below 12 points.
How did that go for you then, Howard?
Not great, unfortunately. Well, that's another story.
So one of the very first things you've got to clock is how many high card points partner's got after he opens,
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
before anything else, really.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll carry on that thing. So partner again has opened 1 heart. You have 10 high card points. Any offers for a bid?
2 clubs.
2 clubs, yeah. You bid 2 clubs, at least 10 points. Partner now bids 2 diamonds. Can you remember what that's showing about their hearts? 5, thank you. Yeah.
What's it saying?
They've now shown a 5th heart. By bidding a new suit, they're showing a 5th heart in this sequence. They've opened the bidding with 1 heart. They've rebid 2 diamonds. And because they've made a minimum bid, the cheapest bid that they could make, they're only showing 12 to 15 points.
So is that 2 diamonds a real bid, or I'm telling you I'm changing the suit to the lowest I can to show you that I've got 5 hearts?
Okay, fantastic question. Could the bid of 2 diamonds be made up? So, in about 4 years' time, we'll tell you how to do that. For now, it's always going to be a 4-card suit at least. Yeah, always a genuine suit,
bid.
not a made-up suit.
So
Bridge
we have
players
to
do
wait 2
make up
years for you
suits.
to tell us how to cheat.
Yeah, well, it's not cheating; it's making up bids. But we're not there yet. Yeah, so
Should be a
we'll take it
lawyer.
we'll take it at face value. Do you remember I said right when we started talking about teaching English Standard? It's a natural system. When you make a bid, there will be exceptions. So don't hold me to this. But generally, when you say hearts or diamonds or spades, you actually have hearts, diamonds or spades. Yeah, it's a natural system. That's what we mean by a natural system. Okay, so let's go back to this case. Partner showing 12 to 15 points and you've got 10, and the question that you're going to ask yourself is, have we got enough points for game? Yeah, I'm sorry to be repeating, but I want you to be thinking of this as naturally as we're breathing. Do we have enough points for game? Well, what do you think? It's unlikely. It is unlikely. So 10 and 12 is 22, but 10 and 15 is 25. So, what's the second question you're going to ask yourself? Yeah, they're going to be crackerjack pencils for this, if Jeremy can rustle up some budget for it. Yes, do we have an 8-card fit in a major? Now, we have in hearts, yeah? Partner showing that 5th heart, very importantly, and that goes with your 3. So we have a fit in hearts. What do you think you might want to do with this next bid? So it's your bid now. You've got some information. Partner's got 5 hearts. They've got 12 to 15 points. You've got an 8-card heart fit. You're not sure if you've got enough points for game. 2 hearts. Yeah, this is really easy. Yeah. So the best contract is likely to be a low heart contract. And you're not currently in hearts because partner has bid 2 diamonds, so that's where the bid is at the moment. So you need to raise the auction to get into your right denomination, your 8-card major fit. So you bid 2 hearts. Now I might surprise you. The auction's not necessarily dead there, and the reason that is you've actually shown 10 high card points, and pretty much exactly 10 high card points. And why is that, do you think?
I know.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. I'm getting, there's someone mumbling an answer, which I'm sure is the
So
right
if you'd
answer.
had 6 to 9, you wouldn't have been able to change the suit.
Fantastic, absolutely right. You've gone to the 2 level, you've said, partner, I've got 10 high card points here. Yeah, so you've promised them 10, and because you've made a minimum rebid, you're not asking them, have we got enough points for game? You're just saying, partner, I've got my 10 points and that's pretty much all I've got. But partner may well have 15, in which case they'll advance the auction to 4 hearts. Okay, so the auction's not dead at 2 hearts. Partner's got information. You've given them information. You've said, I've got 10 points, I've got 3 hearts, we have an 8-card fit. You decide how many high card points we have between the 2 hands. And it is a partnership game. And it's one of the most frustrating things about bridge. You need a thinking, sentient being opposite you, talking the same language. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry to disillusion you. Does that mean you're all taking up chess next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's one of the great challenges though, and one of the most fascinating aspects that dealing with different personalities. Your partner opens 1 heart, and you have 10 high card points again. So 2 clubs. Everyone happy? That's your response. Responder's bid. Now partner bids 3 diamonds. What do you think 3 diamonds is telling you?
They've got high points,
High points. Yeah. Strong hand. I'm hearing. Yeah.
but not a fit.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Well, almost certainly not a fit in clubs because
No,
they are showing.
they wouldn't want to be in clubs.
Let's do the points first. You're absolutely right. Someone said a strong hand. Someone said high points. Absolutely right. They might have bid 2 diamonds with 12 to 15 high card points, but they've gone up a level. Yeah, they've leaped up the escalator to 3 diamonds. So that says they've got 16 to 19 high card points.
And 5 hearts.
And 5 hearts. Absolutely right, Jackie. Thank you very much. Spot on. Do you have enough points for game?
Yes.
Do you have an 8-card fit in a major?
Yes.
Good. What are you going to bid? 4 hearts. Thank you. Best contract, 4 hearts. Bid it. Don't leave it to partner. You've got the information. You make the bid.
Sorry, how did you know then the partner had 5 hearts?
Okay, oops, sorry, let's go back, listing. Okay, they changed suit jacket, yeah. So this bid of 3 diamonds, this is openers rebid.
Mm.
So openers bid a heart to show at least 4.
Mm.
You've responded 2 clubs. Partner in the south hand has bid 2 clubs, with always nice looking clubs. Now they've bid 3 diamonds, which is now promised a 5th heart and at least 4 diamonds. Does that make sense?
I
It's
can't-
promised the 5th
I'm
heart,
not
doesn't
following
it?
that.
Because it's
You
changed.
must, you must.
No, that's okay, because there's so when you open one of a denomination, one of a suit, and then you bid a new suit, you are showing at least 5 in your first suit and 4 in your second suit, at least 4 in your second suit. Yeah. So that's one of the rules that we talked about. So this is, you know, something that you're, you know, so we're not talking about making up bids. You know, we're talking about, you know, when you say 1 heart and then rebid 2 diamonds, you say, partner, I do have now, I've got that 5th heart, I've shown you that 5th heart when I bid 2 diamonds, or in this case 3 diamonds, and they're showing 4 diamonds. Okay?
Howard, can
Yeah.
I just, a little bit of terminology.
Yeah.
That best contract says, with that sort of bidding process, that you've got sufficient points to make game,
Yeah.
i.e. you've got more than 25, and you've got a good fit. But it doesn't mean to say that you could not go up to 5 hearts if you had a particularly strong hand.
Okay, that's again, that's a fantastic question. So you've determined in this auction, so partners open a heart, you've bid 2 clubs, I've got 10 points with my 2 club bid. Partners bid 3 diamonds, they've shown 16 to 19 high card points, 5 hearts. We've determined that we've got an 8 card fit in the major, and now we're choosing the final contract. And the question was, could we not choose a final contract of 5 hearts? So, to make game and get the game bonus, you only need to be in 4 hearts. You do not need to contract to make that 11th trick. If you contract to make that 11th trick and only make 10, you will suffer a penalty. So there's absolutely no point in doing that unless there are other reasons that you have to do that. But we're not teaching those now. So for now, we're just talking about opener's bid and partner's response. So once you have a game contract, there is absolutely no value in exploring beyond that. Later, in one of Jeremy's courses, we will go beyond the game contracts, but that's for later, and we're not teaching you that in this course. Yeah? Does that answer your question?
Yeah,
Great
okay.
question. Great question. Okay.
So, sorry, just to end up then.
Yeah.
So, the best contract for us is going to be 4 hearts, 4 spades, or 3 no trumps.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. I couldn't have said it better myself. Those are the top 3 game contracts. And then below that are what we call the part score contracts. Again, hearts and spades, favourite, and then low number of no trumps, and last but well, by no means least, the minors, the clubs and diamonds. Okay.
Can I just ask something which
Yeah,
might
please
be a
do.
bit crazy? I'm getting a bit confused because unfortunately, as you know, I've done a little bit before but got confused. Red suit transfer, is that anything to do with what you're doing?
Okay, so we've had a question here, and it's a bit of bridge terminology called red suit transfers. We're not teaching them now. We will teach you those a little bit later on.
Is
so
that anything to do with it?
It's
Because,
nothing to do with what we're
Okay.
what we're doing now.
So those diamond ones were meaning 5 hearts, that's why I'm confused.
You're in exactly the right ballpark. It would confuse everybody if we took that question now. So
Yeah, I
I'll
realise
apologise for not
No, I
answering it.
realise that.
It is a good question, but it's only when we come on to another aspect of bidding. We're going to have a little rest from bidding next week, but we'll come straight on to that area in the weeks that follow. Okay? So with apologies for everyone that didn't understand a bit of terminology, but it was a good question. We just won't take it now. Okay?
So, sorry, just to pick up on that though, so in that last one we were doing, it wasn't the fact that it was from hearts to diamonds, it was the fact that it was a change of suit.
Absolutely.
Showing that you bid your longest one, you
Yes.
still had 4 in your next longest one, so
Yes.
you must have had 5 in your first one.
Absolutely.
So it didn't matter what the colours were or what the suit's worth.
Absolutely right. So
Yeah.
just to,
Yeah.
to recap that point, again, it was a point that was incredibly well made. You've bid one of a suit, it doesn't matter what colour that suit is, you've bid two of a second suit, and you have shown 5 in your first suit and 4 in your second suit, and it doesn't matter whether the club's half diamonds or clubs or spades. Okay. 11 points this time, and your partner has opened 1 heart, and you bid 1 spade. Partner bids 2 hearts. What does that show, do you think?
They've got
5 hearts.
Thank you. 5 hearts. And how many points?
but not a lot.
12.
12 to 15.
12 to 15, absolutely. So they're in the lower range of an opening bid. 12 to 15 high card points. What question are you going to ask yourself?
Do we have
Do
enough
we
for
have-
8 clubs?
Do we have enough points for game? Oh, any offers?
Maybe.
You might have.
Absolutely, you might have. Let's have a look at that first. So, 12 and 11 is 23. Not a good idea to be in game contract, as my partner and I found quite often last night. But 15 and 11 is quite a good idea to be in a game contract. So you need some more information. The answer to that, do we have enough points for game, is maybe. Let's look at the second question. Do you have an 8-card fit in a major suit?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Partner's shown at least 5 hearts now. You've got 3, so you want to invite partner to bid game 4 hearts. How do you think you might do that? 3 hearts, absolutely. It's an absolutely natural bid. Bid 3 hearts, and partner will bid 4 hearts with 14 or 15 high card points.
And they would leave it there if they only had 12 or.
Absolutely, with 12 or a poor 13, well, no, even a good 13. 12 or 13, they'll pass it. Yeah, they'll leave it in 3 hearts, and they'll try to make 9 tricks with the number of high card points they've got between them, about 23 in that scenario.
Howard, again, this is going to be very clear.
No.
Okay, you've got 25 points and that's enough for game. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it, does it?
No,
Because
but-
your partners may have, all of the sort of very high cards in other suits and the way they play. So it's dependent on the distribution of the cards and the way they play.
Absolutely fantastic observation, and I'll just recap it. Just because you have 25 high card points between your 2 hands does not necessarily mean you will make your required number of tricks. As again, my partner and I from last night can tell you countless times. So it does depend on other factors. It depends about the positioning of the opponent's cards as much as anything, and the distribution of the cards as well. So it's a guide, but you and your partner, and this really covers the bullet point at the below. How does your partner know to either bid 4 hearts or to pass?
Because they know how many points they've got in their hand.
They know how many points they've got in there, and they're doing exactly the same calculation that you are. Yeah? So they can see your mind whirring, thinking, oh, partner's now bid 3 hearts, so they're asking me, have I got enough points for game? So I've shown 12 to 15. Well, they're not interested in game if I've only got 12 or 13, because they would have bid it. Yeah? So they're asking me, have I got 14 or 15? And then they will then bid it. Sorry, let's go back. Any questions? That was a great session. Some really good questions. What are the 2 questions that you're going to ask yourself as we go through the practice play? Have we got enough points for game? Have we got a fit in a major? Okay. So thank you. What we're going to do, we'll put the boards out. So we've done those. What I'll ask you to do is bid 1 and then pass it on to the next table. There's a crib sheet in the back of each board, so you can have a look at the recommended bidding, and then when you get to the next board, bid and play that one to the contract that you bid to. Okay, and then we'll repeat that through the room. Please try to make sure that everyone gets a chance to be declarer, and that all the hands have been rigged, so that the dealer is the opening bidder and responder will be their partner. So when you get aboard, if someone hasn't had a chance to declare a contract, if you could just rotate it around the table just to give them a chance, that would be great. Okay, and then as we start practice play, we'll take our tea breaks in stages, and thank you very much. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Can I just throw one more thing in? Please check the crib sheets after you've done the bidding before you start the play, because then you'll remember why you bid something, also remember what you bid. If you do it afterwards, you will have no idea what you said. So there's no advantage to checking that it's right. Okay, thank you. Lights.
Okay, lights, camera, action.